I like to know what's going on. I've been following this Columbia, all the universities. I keep joking. The new Taco Bell Infantata.
Did you see Biden spoke out on it?
What did he say?
You'd approve. He basically said, like, this is a cross section of the right to free speech and violence. He's like, if you stop someone from going to class, if you're destroying property, that's not free speech. That's not okay.
They took 3 janitors hostage in New York.
That's not free speech. Yeah, I think it was only a couple minutes long, but I walked away being like, well, this doesn't change anything, but I agree with him.
Yeah, well, they're calling him Genocide Joe, so he doesn't have to worry about losing that part of his base anymore. The far left is not down with Joe Biden. I'm not saying they're down with Donald Trump either. Most of them can't vote and don't know how to. They're busy smoking doobies out there at
those
the Columbia parking lot.
Doobies.
You see those?
They need some. It's the opposite of that, honestly. Though those kids need to get fucking high. They are way too high strung about this shit.
Did you see those frat kids who
I
guess
sent you the picture.
At
Yeah.
UNC?
Yeah. They kept the American flag up, and then I saw a clip of like some fat pink-haired bitch coming up to him and being like, "You're fucking insert a million buzzwords, fascist, racist, something phobe." And then one of the frat guys is like, "Lose some weight, you fat pig." And that's like every comment's like based, like this. And it's so funny to see the frat guys just partying, having a good time, keeping the American.
Yeah, the gloves have been once you're standing under a flagpole being pelted with rocks and drinks and beer for an hour or so, you defending the American flag from your fellow students. Gloves are off with the verbal insults, I think, at that point. Yeah.
My wife and I were talking about it. We were just disgusted by people taking down the American flag and putting up a Palestinian one. It doesn't sit right with us.
Well, I liked seeing the NYPD come in and like fix that, like taking down the Palestinian flag. I love here in Georgia, in Atlanta, at Emory University, they had a big shit show, whatever. That's where you might have seen I'm a professor of economics as she gets fucking tossed to the ground, and they're like, look at them, they slammed her head on the concrete. Her head,
but only once.
No, not even once. Like, she landed on the grass and her head was over the concrete and her face may have touched it, but like, you get slammed on the concrete, you don't wake up for a while. This big bitch is crying. And they're like, I don't fucking care, ma'am. I'm a Georgia State Patrol member. They're locking them the fuck up. It's great. Really enjoy it. I get what they're trying to do. I don't like seeing Palestinian babies fucking 4th degree burns so that you can see them looking like a piece of meat in a window. That's just disgusting. I hate that that's happening. But, as Woody always says when this comes around, fuck around and find out, right? Woody, he says they deserved it.
I watched a podcast of
especially the children.
The guy was from the right, but he's a never Trumper, so I don't know if you still consider him from the right. And anyway, he compared it to the subreddit Am I the Asshole? And he's like, everybody sucks here. It's really hard to defend what's happening to the Palestinians. It's really hard to defend what's happening to the Israelis. It's like everybody sucks here.
Yeah, and you can't file like walk a thin line between. You're almost not allowed to say, I don't want genocide in Palestine. I don't want babies burnt. I don't want aid workers directly targeted. That's the thing that gets me. That's the thing I really don't like. Because, look, if the Mexicans came over and did what they did to us in southern Texas, things would get rough. But they wouldn't be like this. Aid would be getting to the people. The children wouldn't be targeted. You wouldn't have people with their hands behind their back shot and thrown in a pit. We'd ship them to another country and let that happen over there, away from prying eyes.
That's what I'm not saying those for.
It's not that how evil they're being or how awful they're being. It's how flagrantly they're doing it. It's they know that there's no breaks for them, that nobody's going to tell them to stop.
America's going to keep giving them money. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
But on the other hand, that October 7th thing was not cool. And whatever happens is directly because that happened. So know that as you suffer.
Biden, rightly, is taking a lot of heat for what's happening because we're still supporting Israel, right? So you are tacitly supporting all the bad stuff that
Seen the pier we're building?
Wait, there's more. Trump, on the other hand, his thing is like, well, what Israel's doing wrong, they have a PR problem. They need to put some better videos out there. And I'm like, you don't sound like Genocide Joe. We got Genocide Don over here too. Like he has he says Israel needs to finish the job.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Put some. I know it doesn't, but he needs to make sure that while Israel does this, they should take some videos of them like feeding puppies or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not a better.
All of our politicians just have a fucking boner for Israel. Like they will say, not like, do you see the shit like making like laws about anti-Semitism now, where like it's like they get so riled up. Anything about like a Republican from fucking Arkansas, they'll be like, hey, in the past few years, like 100,000 people have died of like overdoses that are preventable in your state. And he'll be like, that's a damn shame. And then someone on a college campus will be like, I don't like this Israel stuff. And he'll be like, we need to shut down the ability to speak. I'm doing Lindsey Graham, by the way. And we need Israel's my greatest ally. And I will be killed before I say anything otherwise. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you this vehement about a foreign country? Like this is ridiculous.
I hate all those hate crime laws. Like I don't know. Like if you say beat up a guy on the street just because you don't like his hairstyle, and you beat up another guy because he's Jewish or black or whatever, same penalty, same crime. There shouldn't be like a double down penalty because this guy's a protected group.
Agreed. Like even like I think my Missouri guy, Josh Hawley, has said stuff where he's like, I will always support Israel. You can never stop me from it. And it's like, whoa. You're an American elected official. You shouldn't be saying this shit about any foreign country. If like something is better for
that
Americans,
guy's a member of the IDF though, right? Like isn't that the guy that wore his IDF uniform?
I have no idea about that.
He?
Is he?
I mean,
really?
I'm asking. Like one of the congressmen wore his IDF uniform after one of the squad flew the Palestinian flag.
Oh, maybe it is him. I don't know. But like seeing American politicians be that vehement and being like, I will never stop supporting this foreign country is like, well, what the hell? Like that shouldn't be your number one priority. You're an American.
I only care about the war in Ukraine. That's the only one that's
old hat.
Like,
that's old.
Surely they do.
Oh yeah, kids are still getting spanked.
I
don't think it was as common as when we were kids though, because like I have a lot of friends with young kids, and I don't think they're really leaning into spanking at all.
Zach, find out if people hit their kids anymore. This could be the whole problem.
Broken down demographically.
We might just solve this whole university riot thing.
Yeah, you think it's because those kids didn't get popped in the nose?
I did see him throwing down the other night because some counter protesters, they called them Zionists. The Zionists showed up, Taylor. Oh, wouldn't you know it? All the Zionists, they have a club, I suppose. They showed up and they started tearing the encampment apart. They started tearing the encampment down and like going fisticuffs with the people that were in the encampment. So you got one group of people pulling the trash they've made walls out of, and the other one pulling it the other way, and then people just like beating the shit out of each other with flags and stuff. It's great. Man, those are two sides that I don't want to.
Everybody sucks here.
I saw the Patriot Front was out. Do you know what Patriot Front is, or the Patriot Front?
I do not know. I bet I can guess based on the name.
Let me say
is it
this.
Like Proud Boys?
Yeah, it is. I tried to well, at least that's what big global media would have you believe. I tried to Google Patriot Front, and the first like page of results was all like this law center or like that law center's opinion on them. Oh, these people are bad. It was one article after another, like people letting me know that I should just steer clear. And then finally I was like, oh, here's their website, and it's just like they're like selling T-shirts that are in poor taste. That's all I could say.
Yeah, you're right. The first results are Anti-Defamation League, Southern Poverty Law Center, Anti-Defamation League again.
Yeah.
They got two?
They're pretty far down. Just looking at it, I'd say the 18th result is them. But the Wikipedia page on Patriot Front is pretty high.
Yeah.
What's their actual website? Is it .us? That's on brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw those guys were marching the other day. Those are the dudes that show up wearing like khakis and polos and masks.
I mean, nothing wrong with khakis.
You know, to be honest, I do like their outfits. I can't get past that. They usually wear a blue shirt, I think, and khaki pants.
Sharp-looking group of guys.
I mean, the Antifa guys, with the bandanas and the mismatched ragtag crew.
If they went to those shorts you wear, could you see yourself just like blending right on in?
The shorts I wear, like I've been in golf shorts.
I guess you don't
lately.
wear those shorts anymore.
Either the plaid ones from like 15 years ago.
When I in my mind's eye, the Woody image is wearing those for sure.
I saw some guy who was Woody's gamertag for Halloween, and he wore those shorts. And mandals.
yeah, and the mandals. I rock the mandals, but yeah, I didn't know what the Patriot Front was. I just wanted to learn, and the internet was like, "Don't take their word for it. Listen to us. Don't go there." And when I got there, I couldn't find any propaganda. Like I said, it was just T-shirts and hats in poor taste.
Don't go there. Listen to the people who thought that the OK sign was white supremacy. They are the experts on this sort of thing.
I don't know. I definitely don't want to listen to the people that thought that pizza parlor had kids in the basement either.
It ended up that
there was no basement.
Turns out they went to the wrong pizza parlor.
No,
the whole thing was completely not true. Remotely,
I don't remember.
Sure,
like Alex Jones level insanity.
Oh yeah, and it's just a coincidence. Another off that onto another little conspiracy theory. It's the Boeing whistleblower. That's the one that died again this week.
You know, there's
a picture of this guy.
Heart attacks left and right.
It's not that. This one is like fishy as fuck. They're like they called it an extremely aggressive disease that took him, and they show a picture of him, Woody, and he's like a 35 to 38-year-old very fit man. Like it's and he was their second whistleblower that's like,
you know, Kyle, this happens a lot. I see it in Russia too.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
don't mess with
go
Boeing.
Against authority, and sometimes accidents happen.
I didn't know Boeing was down like that, though. I didn't know that they took people out.
It does look fishy.
It's one of the biggest military companies on Earth, and you didn't think they take people out for whistleblowing?
No,
I did. And by the way, I think they're blowing the whistle on like 777s. What is it? 87s? No, the 737, the Supermax. I said it right.
Yeah, I don't know which planes, but I keep hearing about Boeing planes with issues and doors flying off and engines exploding and shit. And I don't know what's happening to this generation of technology, because planes I always thought were so foolproof that the idea of even worrying about it was like having a silly phobia. Like, you might as well be afraid of heights when you're in the plane as much as the plane failing.
It seems like the FAA and the plane manufacturers are more like partners than adversaries, and that needs to change. It should be like speeders and police. That's the relationship they should have, not just two people working together.
Yeah, it should be regulating and keeping an eye on them and looking over their shoulder all the time to make sure they're not cutting corners on airplanes. I don't know. I'm not one of those people that ever minded when you see all that tape on them either, because I know that's not like structural tape. They're just trying to make the thing cut through the air a little bit better. But holy fuck, the engine explodes, or the one the other day, the fucking ramp flew off or something. Like it deployed midair and blew away, and they're like, "Oh, we got to go back. We lost the ramp." It's like, what? Like, how is that shit happening?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild. I wonder if Airbus is better.
I don't know.
Or if they just have better PR, they don't have the same whistleblowers. Like,
I don't think
airplanes are complicated to make.
The same mechanical failures, have they? Or at least
I'm just shocked that dude. Like, I want to know what killed that guy. Like, I want to see his. I want them to do an autopsy, because the wording of the article was bizarre. It called it like some rapid moving illness or disease or something. Like something he got this week that killed him.
Yeah, I wonder what it was.
Like, if you get sick today and you're dead in 3 days, Taylor, we're going to look into that. We need to figure out what Taylor caught.
Yeah, because it's probably very serious. And it's probably not just going to affect me.
In good health, noted for having a healthy lifestyle. He was in critical condition for 2 weeks. He alleged serious and gross misconduct by the senior quality management of the 737 production line. He was fired recently. He was intubated and developed pneumonia from a serious bacterial infection, MRSA. Oh, MRSA is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Damn.